If the sentence, "this world is an illusion," sounds familiar to you, but you're not quite sure what that actually means, let's take a closer look at some aspects you may not have previously known. First and foremost, what does illusion mean? Illusion does not mean that what appears is nothing. Illusion means that what appears is not what it seems to be. According to the model of reality we've been taught, visual stimuli come from the object we are observing. It passes through the eye, retina, then reaches the brain, visual cortex, where it is processed and finally perceived by the mind. From a metaphysical standpoint, that object has always only existed in our mind. Not just the object we perceive, but also our body, in this case the eye, and even the brain itself are nothing more than images in consciousness. When consciousness observes the physical world, it makes everything appear as a process. If, in the first case, we say we have an object, a path of impulses, processing of impulses as information, and then knowledge, in the second case, we have only the knowledge, or recognition itself. How do we know the second case is the ultimate truth? Because there is no way to prove that anything ever happens outside of consciousness. Everything is only awareness and consists solely of consciousness. If you've watched some of the earlier episodes on this channel, you already know that consciousness, awareness, is the only thing that truly exists. The human mind is designed in such a way that it treats every physical phenomenon as a process in time and space. However, when we examine that very process more deeply, we see that it is a kind of performance, a show that consciousness stages for itself. The one who perceives this show is the very creator who made the performance to begin with. Now let's re-examine the concept of the third dimension. When we observe any scene, we always see only a two-dimensional image. Let's compare a scene we observe in nature, for example, with a similar one we see on a screen. Those two images are the same, and our mind can't even tell the difference. Only through movement, we get the impression of a third dimension. That movement is, in fact, time, because time is nothing but change in the apparent world. Let's take a simple example. We see a glass in front of us. While we're just looking at it, the image is practically two-dimensional. To experience the glass as an object in space, we need to observe it from multiple angles. To simply change our viewing angle, movement is required. That change in angle is interpreted by the mind as the third dimension. But the image we are seeing at every moment is still 2D. We can also interpret the third dimension by reaching out to grab the glass and feel it. Even in this case, we're always seeing only a 2D image. It's just that, in addition to it, we have a sensory experience of the object's material, and again, a constant change in visual perspective. In our example with the glass, sensory perception is layered on top of the visual. So a 2D image plus the feeling under the hand results in the illusion of the third dimension. This combination is interpreted by thought as 3D, even though the third dimension isn't truly present at any moment.